What's going on, YouTube? My name is FG3000. I'm back in the place to be, and welcome to Can't Wait for FG to ruin the pronunciation on this one. First of all, naysayer, you don't know what I'm capable of. You don't know my pronunciation levels. Well, you might, but check it out. You ready? You guys listening? Listen closely. Atelier Online. This is a brand new mobile MMO that just came out a couple of days ago and brought to you by Bolt-Ren Games. Apparently Bolt-Ren was like, yo, we gotta fill that void that Nexon left behind. No, you didn't, but you did, and you're doing a great job. Well, great being bad, you know what I'm talking about. So let's go ahead and jump into the game. Now, this game already has a ton of baggage on it already. First of all, brought to you by Bolt-Ren, which is not necessarily a positive these days. Not to mention, this game has already gone a full year without updates in Japan. So for all intents and purposes, we're kind of playing a game on borrowed time. But if you can kind of put that aside for a second, I know those are two really big things. Put those things aside for a second, know that they exist, but you can still have a good time with this game because it's actually really, really decent. So let's go ahead and jump on in. I feel like the very best way to kind of show you how this game is to just do this bad boy Let's Play style. So my friends, let us play. You ready? Atelier Online. Now, first things first when it comes to combat. Now, I've only been playing the game for a few hours. I have not had to do anything manual at this point. Your characters will automatically do basic attacks, and they also have ultimates that they can be chained together. You also, in pure Atelier fashion, have tons of different, alchemy tools that you can use in combat. So I can throw heals out, or I can throw, bombs at people, things of that nature. I'm sure that gets more and more involved as you level up, but it's not going to be just your special attacks and your spells. You're also, like I said, going to be using alchemy, which you might expect. Take that, alchemy stars. So here I am with my little team, my little squad here. You get to make your own main character, male, female. You have a few options when it comes to hair, eye color, things of that nature, but pretty basic. Most of your customization is gonna come from the outfits itself. Speaking of outfits, everything that you see my character wearing outside of a few pre-registration things have come from the crafting system. So when you're out in the world, you can literally mine things, gather things. I'm also playing multiplayer, so you are gonna see people kind of walking around my game world as well. If you want to, you can actually restrict your world for only your friends, which is actually a pretty neat touch. So you can play with randoms, or you can play with just your friends. So if you have like a nice friendship circle, you guys can kind of play this game together. And that's the reason, that's the main thing that I want to kind of put across here. Yeah, the game has some not so great things going for it with Bolt-Ren and not having any content for a year, but as long as you keep those in mind, I think there's some actual fun gameplay to be had here. So just be mindful of it, but I don't think it's necessarily a deal breaker as long as you don't plan on trying to go like Ultra Whale or something like that, you know what I mean? So there you go, that's kind of like the general game world. There's gonna be monsters out here and there's gonna be different crafting things. I can also join this guy's fight. Come on, Dizzy, I'm coming, come on. So in the overall world, you'll be able to craft things, gather things, etc., etc. Now, when it comes to the actual gameplay flow, here is where most of your gameplay is going to come from, which is going to be your quest log. So you have main quests, you have side quests, which is where you're going to spend a majority of your time, a specific character quest, commissions that you can turn in if you find different materials in the world, and then special quests. But like I said, you're going to spend a lot of your time doing side quests because before you can go on to the next quest main chapter, you have to defeat all the side quests of that respective chapter first. So this is where a lot of your gameplay is going to be housed here, right? So I'm going to go ahead and accept the side quest of the Goblin's Den, and I'm going to make my way on over into the Goblin's Den. So first you got to go through the Lost Woods, ignore that red arrow, and ignore that Navi as well, trying to get me to go the wrong way. Well, really the right way, but I really want to go the wrong way. So go straight up the gut here and into the Goblin's Den. Now this is like the first little, I guess you can call it a dungeon. It's really a den. It's in the name. But this is the first dungeon that you come across here in the game. And this gives us an idea this kind of gives us a nice little preview of what the game is going to be like for you. So let's say you're playing the game and you find this little new area and you want to kind of gather everything in the vicinity. You can throw this bad boy on auto and the game will automatically kind of gravitate towards resource nodes that are nearby. It's not going to go through the entire stage, and then the auto will turn off once it has nothing else here. So it's not something that you can just kind of turn on and just like set and walk away. You are going to have to kind of babysit it if you want to get your gathering and your crafting done. Now you might be wondering, why do I want to do all of this alchemy, FG? Well, first of all, this is part of the game. This is part of the series. Even though I've only played the main PC game like an hour, I know what's going on. But alchemy is such a huge part of this game, and leveling up your alchemy by creating different items, food, gear, things of that nature, is kind of like the meat and potatoes of the game. I don't know if you can actually make meat and potatoes, but you might be able to. So if I pop open this, click synthesize, here are all the different things that I can create. And every piece of gear that you've seen my characters wear is something that I created from scratch here, which is actually pretty cool. So right now, let's go back over here, go to quests. I'm gonna switch my side quest to this weapon where I need to create a wooden mace, right? And this is what you're gonna be doing a majority of your time here, is just kind of filling out these quests, filling out the requirements. Here are all the different pieces of materials that are required to create this wooden mace. Hit synthesize, and there you go. I got myself a nice little 3-star quality good wooden mace. That increases my alchemy level, which opens up even more recipes. That quest is complete. Rinse and repitan. So if we go over here, here are all the different things that you can actually make that I don't have, I have levels for, but I don't actually have materials for. And there's a ton of different things here, as you guys can see. And all of these things actually show up in your character, which I always appreciate. So that's gear. You also have cuisine, so food to increase your stats. And then you also have just general items that you can kind of throw at enemies. So some healing salves, some puny balls, punny balls, I guess. Different types of little spiky things that you can throw to cause poison, numb, frighten, things of that nature. So a lot of different things that you can kind of create here. So let's go back over here to my quest. I'm gonna go back to the Goblin's Den, and then we're gonna see if we can't find this guy here. So we gotta go, I think we gotta go deep, real deep in this dungeon to find this specific character that we're looking for. And all the while I'm going up this little dungeon, every single time I hit like a big room like that, I'll just throw it on auto, right? Go ahead and mime a few things. Every now and then the auto will accidentally run into an enemy, which you kind of want it to do that, so you can kind of get some grinding done that way. But the auto does not go for enemies. The auto is for auto gathering, not really auto combat. But like I said, every now and then you just kind of accidentally walk on top of someone. As I was recording this video, I didn't realize that I needed to get to the 10th floor of this goblin den in order to complete this quest, but we here now. Let's see if we can find this. And it actually got kind of difficult here. I feel like I need to kind of take a break here and do a little bit of grinding and get some better gear, because we're starting to get beat up with quite a bit. And this is actually a pretty cool, you know, think about if you were playing this game with one of your friends here and you guys tackled this, you know, 10th floor goblin den together. I think this is the guy. He's level 15. All right, let's go. So here is the guy that I'm looking for to complete this quest. Let's go ahead and throw, I definitely need to upgrade that. This does like barely any damage. But I think we're okay. There's some nice heals going there. And right now, like I said, if you had a friend that was in this dungeon with you, they could jump into this fight and help you out with it, which is pretty cool. Like I said, you know, for all of the negatives that this game kind of comes with this global launch, it's definitely a breath of fresh air. It's kind of, you know, it's different than what we normally play when it comes to games on this channel. Something that feels like an actual cooperative online experience. You know, we play all these games and they're online, but what about them really is online, right? When it comes to actual interaction with other players, it's pretty minuscule. Here, feels pretty good. I think we should be able to beat this boss here. Down you go, and side quest is completed. Level 20 as well, very nice. You too, very nice. And these are characters that you just get via the story. They just come automatically. And there you go, quest is complete. What's in here? Oh dude, I feel like I'm playing like a real RPG. Let me investigate this. Nice job on the translation there, Boulderin. Look at, oh nice. Look at this. So now I have this little teleportation stone, so I can always come back to the 11th floor if I choose to. So I can go real deep in this dungeon. So there you go. That is kind of the overall gameplay flow of Atelier Online, right? Accept a quest, go out in the game world, do as much gathering, crafting, and alchemy as you possibly can, defeat enemies, take all of those goodies back to your home base, or you can actually do it out in the field if you choose to, and then create brand new items, rinse and repeat on, making better, more intricate, better looking, stronger weapons and gear as you kind of continue on your quest. In addition to that, and this is the part that kind of confuses me, I haven't played the game and I'm not going to play the game enough to kind of figure out, is the best gear crafted or gotcha'd? Because there is a gotcha as well. So it's kind of confusing, you know, when you like, all right, this whole game, everything could be, you know, gathered and crafted, but you also have this gotcha here where you can also just get gear out of here as well. So I guess. So let's see what we got here. Very nice. We got some rings and things. And apparently you can get characters out of here as well. But I'm not sure if, oh, look at that little nice little lance there. Very cool. And then I think the rest are what? Nice little witches hats. Archmage hat. Okay. Just making me look dumb. Some noble wear. Oh, nice. Element defense ring for earth. Very, very nice. So you can actually do a couple of different things here. You can claim all the materials for these gears. So let's say you don't want any of this. You don't want any of it all. You can actually just convert it into materials instead. I'm just going to go ahead and claim it for the sake of the YouTube here, just because I want to see what it looks like on my character. Let's go ahead and do one more multi-pull. I'm just going to try to skip through it here because the animation isn't really anything too great here. Ah, dude, there's no skippy ippy. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's actually some pretty cool looking gear there. Not bad. Very cool. Like I said, I don't really have anything negative to say about the game itself outside of the translation, which falls under the responsibility of Boltren. So Boltren and the fact that the game hasn't had content in JP for a year, that's really the only negative things I can really say about the game. The game, like I said, a refreshing experience. So we just got a bunch of new gear here. I'm just gonna throw that bad boy on auto equip. Look at my new character, looking all happy. You also have sub gear as well. Let's move on over to these other characters here. Auto-equip them. Looking very, very nice. And then for me, I'm just kind of just taking the gear and just handing it down, right? So equip all that and then hand down the gear that they're not using to the next person. I probably should have given my tank the best gear, but he'll be all right. So he's our tank. He's just out there with a hat and a sword, wearing a pair of flippy floppies. He's good. He's good. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Nice little look at, say it again, FG, Atelier Online. Where's the goblin? Where's the little goblin place? Where is it on my map here? Is it over here? I don't even know where, dude, I don't even know where it is. Like you're supposed to be able to teleport to it, and I don't know where it actually is. All right, I figured it out. You just got to go back to the Goblin's Den, and as soon as you walk in the door, they give you an option of which floor you want to tackle. So here we are back on floor 11 with all our brand new gear, looking good. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. A nice little brief look at Atelier. Oh God, I messed it up at the end. Now I gotta go. I'm out, and I will see you guys in the next video. Later.